In your comments on your work, you said that you thought that the bird was looking strange with the D, and I agree. The bird itself is beautiful. I think that you could definitely do stuff by changing the profile of the line to make it look more organic. Um, like this would make it look more like a bird. It's actually not changing anything, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the reason it's looking weird is because the white is just overlapping where it's dark, and the dark is overlapping where it's light, instead of like having solid shapes that interplay with each other. When I tried to fix this problem, I realized that there was something very strange happening here. Um, and you can actually see it. Right now I'm using the direct selection tool. When I try clicking on this with the regular selection tool, I'm getting these weird um, icons. Like this indicates to me that we're not dealing with a regular shape. I'm seeing that over here as well. Like this is strange. So I tried deleting the D and seeing what happened. Over here already, this is better. We can see what happens when I select one of these letters. For also, just as a note, I'm using Futura right now. I know that you were using Clarendon. Feel free to keep using Clarendon. I just found this file faster. Okay, so here's what's happening here. It seems like your white is just like invisible, or it's on multiply. This isn't, or really this looks like it's not even filled in with white, but still I need to be using the direct selection tool. Okay, look, this is better. How we see that the D is actually creating the shape of the bird. So like this is already an improvement. And then you could just add a slight black line over here. I don't think you need the whole line to be black, just you could do a partial line. That could be cool. But in any event, let's get to this weirdness. So the way that you would need to make this type of thing happen is by having whole complete shapes. When I use the direct selection tool, it's actually kind of, I'm not able to select a whole shape just because of how you made this. This is a whole shape, so that's good. We can try, let's say, maybe using the Pathfinder tool to create. See, it's not letting us do that. And you know, I wasn't sitting there while you made this, so it's very difficult for me to, again, reverse engineer. I'm just gonna try going forwards. To do that, I'm gonna just make a slapdash version of this project. Do not emulate the quality that I'm doing. I'm really going for speed here. So what I would want to see here is, let's say, one closed shape for the beak. Then we see this over here. This could be the bird, the light parts, the orange. What's nice here is that the orange is very distinct looking from the black. Now, as a note here, I'm actually just going to do this to close the shape, because we're going to do this part in its own shape. So only one of the shapes needs to be totally accurate. They don't both need to be totally accurate, because one's going to cover up the other. Okay, which is the same with the beak. Okay. And now making this part for the feathers. Now here we do want to be more accurate. And I'm holding down Option. That gets me to my Convert Anchor Point tool. Hold Option, pull the handle. Now we can switch directions. Hold Option, pull the handles. Hold Option or Alt if you have a PC. Okay. We've got a few shapes going on here. And we just have to figure out what's going to be on top of what. So now I'm going to fill this one in with blue. Let's fill, or I guess this can be white. I'm doing yellow and blue for now. You do white and black for the end. And this goes on top. This is yellow. And this, we're gonna move up on top of the beak, up on top of the head. I'm gonna hit Shift Command right bracket, and then we can make this blue. I'm gonna hit Shift Command left bracket to move it down. Okay, and then I can use the ellipse tool. I'm gonna make it yellow to make the eye. I actually think the eye was more like that than an actual circle. Okay, now here I'm just gonna move the reference picture away. This bird has such beautiful details over here. Like, you can add these white spots. Let's flip this again. And I'm gonna flip this also. So let's say we use the pen tool to make this shape. And then we can make this shape. And maybe this is actually just a line. You can even, yeah, I mean, you could do stuff like this. I'm gonna duplicate this right here. But like this will make it look cool. Okay, now let's flip this back. Flip that. Great. Again, these details will look a lot better if you spend a little more energy on them than I'm spending right now. I'm gonna also add this little, okay, we need to use the regular P for pen. I'm gonna make a line. We want this to be in the correct layers. I just deleted that so we can get back to the layer 7. That's what we're dealing with. I'm gonna make a line, hit V to end the line, and I want this to be like the line for the beak. The more accurate you are, the better it will look. Okay. And I see here, like, you have very nice drawing skills. Like this, when you go back and fix this, I'm sure it'll look great. And also you're gonna wanna do the legs. I'm gonna ignore them just for the sake of speed again. So let's move this guy out of the way, and I just wanna show you, this is only letting me select it as a whole, and it's not grouped because I've tried ungrouping it, so I really don't know how it got that way. But when I select each of these individual shapes, they're their own individual shapes. So that's kind of what we're looking for here. That's what's gonna make it easier for you to do good, like nice contrast with the letter. Let's turn off the reference picture. Okay, and now we're going to change this stuff to black and white. So let's make this black. Let's make this white. We can give it a black outline for now. Let's just select, same, fill color, white. Give this a black. See, and it looks like we've lost the beak, right? But we haven't. It's still there. It's just filled in with white. Let's do stroke color. That's going to get all of our yellows to make white. And you know what? I'm actually going to turn the stroke off so that way you can fully see what we're going to be working on. And this is also, I think this was black. And you can, of course, add more details to that too. Okay, now if I get the D, and again, I'm using hold shift. I'm using Futura. You're welcome to use Clarendon. I like Clarendon a lot. Okay, so you see here how the D is, like, this is still whole wherever the D is. It should be more like that. You can have it perched on the D because you want, you don't need the black of the bird to overlap with the black of the D, but you do want the white of the bird to overlap with the D to create the shape. Of course, you can have it that way, but then you might want a white stroke or a partially white stroke. You can learn more about that in the partial strokes video. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, and the reason why I recorded a video instead of writing this out, um, is that there's something weird here, and I think you might have to restart by using the pen tool and be careful about what type of shapes you are making. And then you should be set to have a really great project.